Hello my lovely zodiacs. Welcome to AstroShamim, and today in this last installment of this video I'll be covering the 2024's major planetary transit of retrograde Saturn in Aquarius from Libra until Pisces. This event has already started on the June 30th, 2024 Sunday at 12:35 am India time and will become progressive on 15th November 2024 Friday at 7:51 pm, and the duration of this retrograde motion of Saturn in Aquarius will last for 139 days in total. This retrograde motion of Saturn in Aquarius will see a lot of events happening to us as well as around the world. From the changes in the political scenario to the rise and fall of the market to personal events like marriage, divorce, wealth and health also will be affected. What is the meaning and significance of retrograde in sidereal astrology? Retrograde motion is an optical illusion caused by the difference in orbital speed between Earth and other planets, because of which, from our vantage point on Earth, it appears as if the planet is moving backward in the sky. Retrograde motion affects the energy of the planet, altering its expression and influencing the areas of life ruled by that planet. The retrograde planet energy becomes more introspective and internalized. Retrograde motion is often associated with revisiting of the past, introspection and karmic lessons. It is a time of reflection, self-analysis and learning from past mistakes. Because of high Cheshta Bala, retrograde planets have more strength than the planet which are in the direct motion. Retrograde motion occurs at different times and durations for each planet. Retrograde planets should be analyzed carefully and standard rules of astrology should be applied. It is important to consider the overall planetary configuration, aspect and house placement when interpreting the impact of retrograde motion in a given horoscope, because no two same person will experience the same result. Now let us understand what is the significance of Saturn retrograde in Aquarius sign. Since we know a planet in a retrograde motion is considered as strong and has also additional aspects to influence more houses from its retrograde position. Saturn has 3rd and 10th aspect along with the 7th aspect in its retrograde state and also from one house earlier. Saturn is the Karaka of delays and denial and is associated with hard work and patience. So, what Saturn will do in its retrograde motion from Aquarius? Saturn retrograde encourages individuals to delve deep into their inner selves. It prompts introspection and self-evaluation. It provides an opportunity to reevaluate commitments, obligations, and structure one's life. It can lead to reconsideration of long-term plans, career choices, and relationships to ensure they align with personal values and aspirations. This transit of Saturn will allow introspection, which will help in making necessary adjustments and changes in one's life. Since Saturn is associated with karmic lesson and the consequences of past action, these lessons will become more prominent and more pronounced. It will highlight the areas where individual needs to learn, grow and overcome challenges for their personal and spiritual development. Now, the Saturn retrograde can bring about delays, obstacles and a sense of restriction in various aspects of life. It will test an individual's patience and perseverance. And the purpose behind these challenges is to address unfinished business and resolve underlying issues that may have been ignored or overlooked. Saturn retrograde provides ideal conditions for inner work, self-discipline and personal development. And also, not to forget, this is going to be the last transit or fallback of Saturn in Aquarius looking at Capricorn, because next year Saturn will be in Pisces and it will look back from Aquarius. So this is one of the most crucial transits of 2024. Libra Ascendant. Saturn is the lord of the 4th and the 5th house and is considered a benefic planet for the Libra Ascendant. For the Libra Ascendant, Saturn is a Yoga Karaka planet and it gives good results in most transits. Generally, it rules over the following significations like education, domestic land, family, assets, mother, mental peace, children, love affair and digestion. During its retrograde, Saturn will be in their 5th house and will aspect the 7th and 2nd house with the 3rd and the 10th aspect and the 11th house with the 7th aspect. So this will influence the following significations: children, love affair, digestion, large gains, friends, paternal uncles, networking, family, speech, income. Due to Saturn's Yoga Karaka role for them, Saturn retrograde period will be very significant. Let's see how this will impact different areas of their lives. On career and wealth, the impact will be highly beneficial. It will be a constant and steady process where small events will lead to something big and auspicious by the end of the retrograde period. For example, during the beginning phase of retrograde Saturn, the native may start something or meet someone who can bring value to their career and wealth. There will be prospects of good growth and the native will be well guided by retrograde Saturn. There are chances of getting a promotion, better job or an increase in salary. Enemies will feel defeated because Saturn will be retrograde in the 12th house from enemies, and its aspect over the 11th house of victory will further enhance this effect. All these events will boost the natives' confidence and their ability to handle conflicts. This will bring a new mindset that will be valuable for their success. Financially, the native will experience similar transitions and will be in a solid position by the end of the retrograde period. There will be focus and intention to make more money and business venture will bring good gains. There are also chances of gains from speculations. Although there will be initial hiccups, with time the native's mind will become clearer in drawing strategies. On relationship, the impact is looking fairly positive. Unmarried individual will find a suitable partner and may have opportunities for marriage. Jupiter is already in their 7th house, creating a marriage-like situation for them. Those who married will always find ways to make their marriage more exciting. Any issues in married life will find solutions and good times will be spent with their spouse. There are also chances of having children. If the native already have kids, this retrograde period will bring positive developments in their lives, such as starting a school, obtaining a degree or marriage of the offspring. However, it is important to note that since Saturn retrograde will influence the 2nd house of family, the native may encounter some misunderstandings and events that can lead to negative thinking towards family members. Additionally, work commitments may bring physical distance from the family. It is crucial to handle these problems wisely and with understanding. In terms of wealth, there is a positive indication. Those who are suffering from health-related issues will find solutions and receive appropriate treatment. The healthy individuals will embark on a journey of transformation, starting with changes in their diet and food choices. Retrograde Saturn will bring awareness to the importance of diet, and in the beginning there may be episodes of stomach related issues that will compel the native to adopt a new diet plan. Overall, things are looking bright for health. However, since the 5th house where Saturn is located signifies thinking and emotions, there may be times when the native feels low, especially if the moon is afflicted in the horoscope or if the ascendant itself is affected. Scorpio Ascendant. For the Scorpio Ascendant, Saturn is the lord of the 3rd house and the 4th house and is considered a malefic planet for the Scorpio Ascendants. Saturn rules over the following significations in their horoscope: mother, mental peace, assets, debts, health issues, maternal uncle, career, status, body and health. Now during the retrograde phase, Saturn will be in their 4th house and will aspect the 6th house, 10th house and 1st house, which will affect mother, mental, asset, debt, health issues, maternal uncle, career, status, body and health. Now let us understand how the outcome will be for the Scorpio Ascendant. On health and career, there will be ups and downs. Positive developments may not come easily for them. Promotion and progress will be delayed, and suddenly things may start to work against them. The native may become a target of conspiracy at the workplace. But at the same time, they will display persistence and fight back strongly. The outcome will depend on the current dasha that they are running, as there can be both success and failure during the retrograde period. Throughout the retrograde period, the native will face struggle in dealing with enemies, and their bosses and seniors may not be pleased with their performance. The pressure to perform well may cause sleepless nights. However, if the situation is handled effectively, the period can also elevate the native to new heights. In business, obstacles may arise and accumulating debts should be avoided. Speculative ventures should be completely avoided, and taking major risk in this area is not advisable. Overall, the retrograde period will be challenging in terms of job, business and speculation. In relationship, the native may experience a lack of peace on the domestic front. Arguments may occur at home. Family member, including the spouse, may struggle to understand the native and their challenges. Feelings of loneliness will arise and the native will be haunted by unhappy memories. Disappointments from friends and family members are possible. Issues may arise with children, and if they are adults, they may move away for work or educational purpose. There are possibilities of health issues affecting both their father and mother. The native needs to understand that this period is temporary and should avoid isolating themselves. Regarding health, the 10th aspect of Saturn over the 1st house indicates the possibility of health troubles and sudden issues. Hair fall, teeth related issues and problems with bones may bother the native. There may be a lack of physical energy and vitality. Aspect of Saturn over the 6th house suggests potential for injuries that can become chronic. Existing health issues require attention and proper care. Sagittarius Ascendant. For the Sagittarius Ascendant, Saturn is the lord of the 2nd and the 3rd house and rules over the following significations: siblings, strength, short distance travel, education, children, past life good karma, father, luck, religion, abroad, and expenses. During its retrograde period, Saturn will be in their 3rd house and will aspect the 5th house, 9th house and the 12th house, which means the following areas will be impacted: siblings, strength, short distance travels, education, children, past life, good karma, father, luck, religion, abroad and expenses. Now let us see in detail how this retrograde will affect them. On career and wealth, the impact looks positive and auspicious. Saturn performs well in the third house, and during its retrograde state, the natural outcome of Saturn will be enhanced. The native will experience growth through small events and may undertake short distance travel. Those aspiring to go abroad may initiate the paperwork during the retrograde Saturn transit. This period is supportive for freelancers, artists, actors, teachers, politicians and sportsmen. Those in business will witness slow, steady growth and will be able to devise new plans and strategize for future growth. Overall, it is a beneficial transit for their career and financial prospect. On relationship front, the impact will be average. Retrograde period may make the native less communicative and create mental and physical distance with loved ones, including spouse, father, mother and younger siblings. There will be ups and downs in the relationships. If the 7th house or its lord is afflicted in the horoscope, then this retrograde Saturn period requires attention regarding marriage. The chances of childbirth are high and the native should plan accordingly. As retrograde Saturn is occurring in the third house, which is the 8th from the 8th house, the native needs to pay attention to their in-laws. There will be health related issues for them or the relationship may turn sour. Regarding health, there can be stomach related issues. Additionally, the third aspect of retrograde Saturn over the 5th house, which is the 12th from the 6th house, indicates that the native will focus on improving their immunity and take steps to enhance their overall health. The third house, where Saturn is retrograde, represents sports and physical activities, suggesting that the native will recognize the importance of exercise and strive to maintain good fitness. Those experiencing health issues will find solutions, and by the end of the retrograde period, they will be in a better position regarding their health concerns. Capricorn Ascendant. Saturn is the lord of the 1st and the 12th house and is a benefic planet for them. Saturn rules over the following houses: body, health, mood, family, food habits, salary, wealth, assets, longevity, spouse's income, friends, and wish fulfillment. Saturn will be retrograde over the 2nd house and will be aspecting the 4th house, 8th house, and 11th house, bringing developments in the following areas of family, speech, food intake, mother, mental peace, occult science, in-laws, gains, elder siblings and networking. Now let us see in detail how it will impact the Capricorn Ascendant as a whole. Regarding career and wealth, retrograde Saturn will be very fruitful. There will be promotion or increment in salary and events connected to their future growth will unfold. Slowly and steadily, the native will encounter better opportunities, including the possibility of new opportunities in a different organization. It is advisable for the native to refrain from speaking harshly with co-workers and not to take the words of their bosses to heart. Finally, financially there will be positive growth and the native may consider investment plans such as stocks, mutual funds, real estate or valuable purchases. The specific quantum and value of these opportunities will depend on the native's horoscope and its combinations. There is also an indication of sudden gains or wealth through inheritance, thanks to the impactful aspect of retrograde Saturn over the 8th house. In terms of relationship, retrograde Saturn impact will be very meaningful, with retrograde Saturn over the 2nd house of family and aspecting the 4th house with the 3rd aspect of domestic environment and mother. Events and processes will unfold that benefit the native's relationships and family life. However, there is a possibility of health issues for their mother, and since the 2nd house is 8th house from the 7th house, there may be marriage related challenges. It is important to note that Saturn is a taskmaster, encouraging individuals to work on their issues. Therefore, if negative placements exist that could affect their marriage, Saturn may bring negative situations. But the resolution depends on how the native handles them. Overall, the transit is expected to be benefic and progressive. Regarding health, as Saturn plays a vital role as their ascendant lord, it governs their overall health and well-being. In its retrograde state, Saturn will bring good health for them, although there may be temporary issues with their diet that will eventually resolve. Overall, retrograde Saturn will have a positive impact on their health. And also, not to forget that the Capricorn moon sign is in their third and last final phase of Sade Sati, which will end in March 2025. So overall, this is going to be a very positive transit for the Capricorn ascendants as well as the moon sign. Aquarius Ascendant. Saturn is the lord of the first house and the 12th house, making it the most important planet for the Aquarius Ascendant. Saturn rules over every aspect of their life, from wealth to health, encompassing everything. During the retrograde period, Saturn will be in their first house and will aspect the third house, 7th house and the 10th house, affecting the following areas of their life: health, body, mind, siblings, courage, spouse, sexual partner, business partner, career and status. Now let's see in detail how the Saturn retrograde will affect them. On career and wealth, retrograde Saturn will have a significant impact on their career. Due to its aspect on the 10th house, progress is the likely outcome. However, the process and nature of this progress will depend on the individual's natal horoscope. If Saturn is well placed in the horoscope and this retrograde is not occurring over any malefic planet like Rahu, Ketu, Mars, the progress will be gradual and smooth, leading to an upward rise in their career. On the other hand, if Saturn is poorly placed in the horoscope, the process will be slow and will require a lot of hard work and patience from the native. Nevertheless, by the end of the retrograde period, the native will have good opportunities at hand. For young Aquarius natives, retrograde Saturn can prove to be highly beneficial, bringing structure and a solid foundation for a successful career. It is important to note that transits do not work same for everyone, and the stage of life one is in plays a very significant role. This applies to Aquarius natives, as this retrograde Saturn is occurring in their first house and it will be the first retrograde period for them. Those in business can expect steady growth and increased sales during this Saturn retrograde period. The transit also likely to bring steady income, but sudden large gains should not be expected unless promised by the natal chart. On relationship, direct aspect of Saturn retrograde over the 7th house of the spouse indicates a direct impact on marriage and the spouse. The native will need to put effort into their marriage, as situations will demand it. By the end of the retrograde period, the native may have a better understanding and deeper feeling towards their spouse. Saturn will push the native to work on this area. Those with combination for marital issues in their natal horoscope may face challenging times in their marriage. But if the native exercises patience and avoids reacting negatively, Saturn retrograde can help resolve these issues permanently. It will be a tough task, but with remedies and guidance, it can be achieved. Overall, despite some struggles and the need for patience, this period indicates potential growth and improvement in the relationship with the spouse. The aspect of Saturn over the 10th house suggests possible issues with or related to the father, and there may also be issues and misunderstandings with younger siblings. In terms of health, retrograde transit appears auspicious and beneficial. Saturn is the ascendant lord, It will bring transformation and the right attitude and mindset towards health. Existing health issues will gradually improve. Initially, there may be some laziness, but the native will overcome it quickly. Weight loss and changes in appearance are possible during this period. Retrograde periods like this bring changes in looks and even in our way of dressing. Overall, this is a positive transit for their health and well-being. As also, the Aquarius moon sign is in their second phase of Sade Sati. So, patience is the key for the Aquarius Ascendant. Pisces Ascendant. As we all know, Saturn is the lord of the 11th and 12th house, signifying gains, success, victory, elder siblings, paternal uncles, friends, network of people, sleep, dreams, isolation, expenses and hospital visits. During the retrograde phase, Saturn will be in the 12th house and will aspect the 2nd house, 6th house and 9th house with the special aspect and the 7th aspect, which will impact the following areas of their life: family, speech, income, enemies, legal issues, debts, health, father, teacher, religion, seniors. Now let's see in detail how this will impact the Pisces Ascendant. On their career and finance, the impact is generally positive, but significant effort will be required to achieve results. The native will have a positive tendency and a strong desire to achieve results such as promotions or salary increment. However, Saturn does not give anything easily, so they will need to go above and beyond their usual efforts. Extra work and perseverance will be necessary. With the support of a positive dasha, the native will be able to attain a new position, possibly even related to opportunities abroad. During this retrograde period, the significations related to foreign opportunities will definitely come into play in their career. This is the positive sign for those seeking such opportunities. The retrograde motion of Saturn is particularly favorable for sports, athletics, and other competitive fields. Native individuals involved in this profession will experience situations and events that contribute to their rise. However, there may be some challenges and unexpected events that initially make the native uncomfortable. As the process unfolds, they will begin to understand and trust it, ultimately reaping the benefits. In terms of business, the impact can be mixed. The native will need to put in a lot of effort and the results may come towards the end of the period. Patience will be required as there may be obstacles and the need for persuasion. Additionally, there may be a need for loans that the native will have to fulfill through a bank or organization. While debts may rise during this retrograde phase, it is important to trust the process as the ultimate results are positive. On relationship, the impact is mixed. The aspect of Saturn over the 6th house, which is the 12th house from the 7th house of marriage, can create physical distance from the spouse. Those who have challenging combinations for marriage in their horoscope should exercise caution. This transit may bring situations where the native has to be far from their family and live in a distant land. If the dasha is positive, the separation will likely be positive. Otherwise, it may initially seem unnecessary. However, it is important to remember that the results of Saturn are determined by past karma. Overall, it appears that the end result of this Saturn retrograde will be largely positive and beneficial for Pisces Ascendant natives. The aspect of retrograde Saturn over the 9th house indicates potential issues with the father and the possibility of arguments and difference of opinion. If the native approaches these situations positively and avoids impulsive reaction, it can help build a better relationship with their father in the future. In terms of health, the retrograde Saturn provides a golden opportunity to address health issues and develop positive health habits. Although the beginning may be intense and there may be confusion about what works or doesn't work for the body, as Saturn retrograde progresses, clarity will start to emerge. If the native is dealing with a chronic health issue, this transit can help restore it or resolve it. However, the process may be demanding, but by the end of the retrograde period, the native will experience improved health and well-being. This retrograde Saturn has significant importance for health, and the native should not miss this opportunity or ignore it.